Diamond P Sports presents the fastest sport on wheels, championship drag racing.
The 10th annual NHRA Gatornationals, Gainesville Raceway in Gainesville, Florida. The richest, most prestigious drag racing event in the entire southeastern United States. A record-shattering crowd on hand for qualifying watched as Shirley Muldowney in the far lane, the former world champion, the only woman driving in Top Fuel Eliminator, established a new track record and the #1 qualified with a 5.89 second elapsed time. Hello everybody, I'm Dave McClelland, and the weather has been perfect for 3 days of qualifying. Overnight though, the rains came. The NHRA crew has been on the track. Steve Evans is there right now.
David, boy, that is hot. That is a jet aircraft engine being used to help dry out this soggy quarter mile. After 3 beautiful warm days of record-breaking qualifying, an inch of rain fell last night and just soaked this quarter mile. How is that going to affect track conditions? We asked some top drivers.
It's going to make it a different ball game today, Steve. Maybe the rain washing the racetrack down makes it better. Who knows? But the temperature, the fuel cars don't like cold weather.
Well, I look for the track to be better today, really, for us than yesterday. The rain certainly isn't going to hurt it any, and the cooler air is going to keep the rubber from balling up so bad, so I think it's going to be better.
Well, it's a little tough to tell at the time, but the track, I'm sure, is in excellent shape. If they say let's run, I'm sure it's ready.
Well, that's how the racers see it, Dave, and in just a few minutes, they'll have a dry racetrack on which to try out their theories.
Thank you, Steve. We saw a 5.89 elapsed time in qualifying. Will the track be that good in eliminations? We'll find out in a moment. The worries about the weather are gone as sun is shining on a record-shattering crowd at Gainesville Raceway for this 10th annual Gatornationals. We're about ready to go into the start of the second round of Top Fuel Racing. Here are some of the competitors. This is Clayton Harris from Moulton, Alabama. The reigning world champion, Kelly Brown, driving a new mount this year rather than the Brissett and Drake car that took him to the runner-up spot last year. Shirley Muldowney, she expressed her fears about track conditions. She'll find out in just a moment. Here's the man that has won this event 3 times, the defending champion, the favorite of all Floridians from Seffner, Florida, Big Daddy Don Garlits. The hottest new driver on the circuit today, been driving about 3 years, a former crew chief from Bremerton, Washington, Rob Bruins. Here, experiencing one of his better days, is the driver for Jim Naramore. This is Bill Pryor from Illinois. The driver of the good, the bad, and the ugly. One of the quickest cars in the country, Dave Uehara. From the high country of Denver, Colorado, comes the team of Frazier and Abbott. This is the driver, John Abbott. This is the second round of eliminations. 16 cars started racing here, and what a matchup. Rob Bruins against Big Daddy Don Garlits. In the first round, Bruins recorded the lowest elapsed time of that round at 5.93 seconds, so the track conditions seem to be about equal to the qualifying sessions. The Christmas tree being displayed so you can watch it just as the drivers see it. The Christmas tree, the electronic starting device, does the same every time an electronic piece of equipment to leave on the green light. And there's the starting. Garlits smokes the tire off, and Rob Bruins wins a big race. Time 6.07 seconds, but 240 miles. Problems for Big Daddy Don. As we watch an instant replay, you see just a little smoke off, indicating Garlits losing and the defending out of competition at this 10th annual Gatornationals. Driving the Ill Gang car, Kelly last year finished it, but he carries the big #1, signifying he is the world champion. Below qualifier, Shirley Muldowney. Shirley made it through the first very well with a 6:24 elapsed time, but she still has some concerns about the track as well. She should, and look at Brown drop car. So about a 1-car length lead over Shirley Muldowney at the finish line. Kelly Brown, as we see in the instant replay, drives this car as it begins to go out of control at this point, losing traction. Both cars smoking the tires violently, but Kelly Brown regains control, keeps it in the center of his lane as he heads for the finish line and defeats Shirley Muldowney, the low qualifier. And here's one Gator National spectator just as amazed as we are at the driving job of Kelly Brown in defeating Shirley Muldowney. While the sun's shining, the temperature just a bit cool. You can see all the coats and jackets around the sprawling facility here at Gainesville Raceway, but the action on the racetrack is fast and furious. The next pair now ready to go in the second round. Johnny Abbott driving the Frazier and Abbott Jet X Special out of Denver, Colorado against the good, the bad, and the ugly, and that's Dave Yahara doing the driving. Abbott running in the high country of Colorado, used to that high atmosphere, the thin air as they call it, but coming down here to Gainesville, Florida, where you're just a few feet above sea level, he's been performing right along with the best of them. Here is the staging and pre-staging procedure. You see in the far lane, Dave Yahara coming into the light beam stretched across the starting line. He's now lit the stage light. Johnny Abbott coming forward, he's ready. The starter throws the switch and the light goes green. No smoke from the tires, good traction by both cars, and a close race in the finish. Johnny Abbott, the winner at 6.28 seconds. His speed, 232 miles an hour. But Dave Yahara, a little bit quicker at a 6.27. His speed, 243 miles an hour. At the finish line, our slow motion stop action will show you how close it was. And there it is, just a couple of feet separating Johnny Abbott from Dave Yahara. Yahara disappointed, of course, but he'll be back another day. Here's Steve.
Finishing number 5 in the world last year, Johnny Abbott of Denver, Colorado picks up some points that could improve that number on your car next season.
So, Steve. I really hope so.
Did you ever see Yahara on your way down the course?
Never. Didn't see him at all. I knew he was there, though. I could feel him. When the car's right next to you, you can feel him thunder, and I knew he was right there.
Bill Pryor from East Peoria, Illinois, driving for Jim Naramore, doing a long, smoky burnout. Right alongside of him, he hails from Moulton, Alabama, is Clayton Harris. Both cars bouncing to a stop after the burnout. Let's go back and take a look in slow motion. You see the tires, they're about 20 inches wide, sitting at rest. As Bill Pryor hits the accelerator pedal and brings that 2,000 horsepower engine up to full power, the tires start to spin, they grow taller by centrifugal force, and actually burn the rubber, and that gets them very hot to provide the best traction. The crew, all important to these drivers, as it is necessary or best to back into your own tracks, so you are leaving rubber against rubber as you attempt to accelerate off that starting line. And car owner Jim Naramore doing the job of backing his driver Bill Pryor right into his own tracks. The Southern Flyer, that's Clayton Harris, former Summer Nationals champion. Clayton, one of the best liked of the good old boys from the Deep South, but he's got his hands full against Bill Pryor. Side by side in the middle of the course, and it is Bill Pryor by about a car length. 6.19 seconds at 240 miles an hour. Clayton Harris, a valiant effort, 6.32 seconds. His elapsed time, his speed 232. Here we see again as both cars in the middle of the course, side by side, but then the horsepower beginning to tell as Bill Pryor moves away and takes the win. Pryor getting out of his car, and one of the first things every one of these drivers do is go back and look at the engine to see if everything is A-OK. Whatever Bill Pryor finds, he'll be doing his work in the pits, the focal point of activity at any championship drag race. Drag racing is unique, and it allows the spectators access to the pit area. Steve is there right now.
There's race cars running right now, yet thousands of people are down here in the pit area. Why do you think that is?
This is where all the excitement is. This is where it's happening. I'd rather be here, really, than up there at the line, because you see what really goes on before the race actually begins. You know, this here is the heart of it. You know, I really like it back here better. That's where I take all my pictures, back here.
Seeing them change these engines as fast as they do, I can't believe how fast they can get these engines in and out.
I like to walk around and watch all the people, see what's going on.
Do you go around and talk to the drivers?
Sometimes.
Are they nice to you?
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking for my son. He's been out here ever since the race started. He won't leave the pit.
he wants to be a mechanic when he grows up, so he thinks this is the place to go instead of watching him race, and I never can find him.
Why do you think people come into the pits and spend hours and hours down there?
Probably because there's so many pretty cars and interesting looking cars. It's not something you see every day.
Well, they like to look at the driver or the mechanics working on the cars and what they look up like up close. I think that's the main thing, what it looks like up close, because they can only see it from the line and it doesn't look, it's just another car to them. But up close and seeing them how they work and how fast they work, how they tear a car apart and put it back together in a couple hours, it's just amazing.
In the pits and on the track, we'll be back with more Gator Nationals action in just a moment. One of the all-time crowd favorites in all of drag racing is funny cars. The 2,000 horsepower fiberglass-bodied creations that are a sight to see. And we're in the second round of racing. Here are some of the drivers. From Waco, Texas, Billy Meyer. Gordy Bonin, winner of this event back in 1977 and the only Canadian ever to win a funny car title in NHRA competition. Ron Colson, the driver of Roland Leong's Hawaiian. This is Tom Hoover, the man that won the Winter Nationals and is currently the points leader in the World Championship Series points chase. Tom McEwen, the winner of the U.S. Nationals last year with the biggest upset of his career when he beat his longtime competitor, Don Prudhomme, the man that has won 4 straight World Championship titles. Raymond Beadle, the Blue Max, #2 qualifier here at the Gator Nationals. Going through a tough season last year, but ending it by winning the World Finals out at Ontario, California, and coming to the starting line, the famed Blue Max of Raymond Beadle from Dallas, Texas. Alongside of Beadle, the brand new car of Roland Leong, the bright green Corvette-bodied creation, Ron Colson at the wheel. This is the Hawaiian. Leaving the line together, but then lots of smoke and both cars out of control. And it's close at the finish line as Raymond Beadle tops Ron Colson, a 6.69 second elapsed time. Far cry from Beadle's qualifying 6:18. But here in slow motion, you see why. The smoking tires indicating loss of traction. Both drivers keeping their cars under control. Beadle recovering just a little bit quicker. Let's go to the finish line and Steve Evans.
One of the most popular funny cars with the fans coast to coast is the Blue Max. And Raymond Beadle, all of the people that root for you are sure happy to see you back in the low teens, the #2 qualifier, and that was the best funny car race of the day.
Yeah, we both smoked the tires. I saw him, and we had a little driving job there. I think both of them have to drive. We recovered better, so.
You think the track's going to come around, or you're going to have to adapt to it?
I think we're going to have to adapt. It's a little tricky. I was thinking it's a little better, but we hopped her up a little bit, and she wouldn't take it, so I guess we're going to take a little more back out of it.
Here's the man that has won 4 straight World Championship titles, a feat unheard of in all of sports, not just motorsports, but to be this consistent in drag racing in the most difficult car of all to drive, the front engine funny car. Don Prudhomme's the man that's done it. Billy Meyer alongside of him won 2 national events in the past couple of years. Here you see the Christmas tree as the drivers look at it. As they approach the starting line, they light the staging bulbs. That indicates to the starter they're both ready to go. Let's watch for the 1 amber light, then green, and they're off. No tire smoke in this race. And Don Prudhomme wins it, 6.31 seconds. His speed, 236 miles an hour, a close race. Billy Meyer ran a 6:37, just 0.06 of a second slower. Both cars running 236 miles an hour. Here you see in the instant replay, Prudhomme wins it by about 2 car lengths.
Don Prudhomme, you go to the semifinals. You don't seem pleased with your ET, though.
No, we're just getting by.
I understand what you mean. I don't want my arm cut off as the body comes down, so we'll let the snake go.
And Don Prudhomme heads back to the pits with his Plymouth Arrow-bodied funny car, the 4-time world champion. Not too happy with the track conditions. You heard Raymond Beadle say he's going to have to adapt to it, and so is Prudhomme as he moves to the semifinals. Here's the man that won the national championship by defeating Don Prudhomme in the finals at the U.S. Nationals, Tom the Mongoose McEwen. One of the strongest proponents of the Corvette body on a funny car, McEwen made it work before anyone else was very successful with it. Then a lot of people came along. Here's one of the best. This is Tom Hoover, the winner of the Winter Nationals and the current leader in the World Championship Series points chase in Funny Car Eliminator. Both cars smoking the tires. Hoover recovering very quickly. McEwen looks like he blew a motor. And Tom Hoover won the race, 6.56 seconds at 230 miles an hour.